Hello, I'm Paul Brennan and I run Jester's Flat Equestrian in Margaret River, but I also have an Australian stock horse stallion, Jester's Flat Regret, whose registration number is 191090. In the following 3-minute clip there'll be some footage of him working in a yard and two of his offspring. If you have any mares that you want covering by a classy well-bred Australian stock horse stallion, please consider him. His service fee is reasonably priced and he's available to cover outside mares this season. I'm contactable on 0427 57 4562. Now, this first piece of footage is of the stallion Regret. Now he's an 8-year-old and he's 15.2 hands high. He's a very powerfully built horse when you're on his back, and he's lovely to ride, very soft off your hand and off the leg. He can be turned out for anything up to 12 months at a time, and he's got no buck in him whatsoever. His sire was a horse called Maytown Moon River, who was by Blue Moon Mystic, and his dam was a lovely mare called Mailer's Model, who was purchased at the Dalby Stock Horse Sales. This stallion here is unusually well bred, with the genetics of Sage King, Romeo and the Gun, then being further crossed to Blue Moon Mystic. All these horses were champions in their own right. This horse Regret has played polo across here at Jester's Flat. He's played polo in Perth for Matt Welsh, and he was very easy to deal with all those situations. He was broken in by Jeff Martin in Perth. He did a great job on him, and he said the horse was very simple to break in. Most of his foals are greys, but there have also been some bays and chestnuts as well. He's a lovely horse to have around. This chestnut gelding is the second foal I had by Regret out of an Australian stock horse mare called Tairuki Opatiki, who was one of Norma Squire's mares. He's 2.5 years old in this clip. I broke him in when he was 2 years old. He was very easy. I broke him in with the assistance of my friend Emily Rez, and between the pair of us we've got him rolling along fairly well. He was very easy to do, and he's easy to catch, float, shoe, clip. He'll jump, he'll do cattle work, and he loves polo cross. He's a beautiful looking, very classy gelding with a nature to match. When we made this clip he was for sale, but someone has since come along and bought him for $12,000. We'll be starting his young sister this spring. I suspect she'll be a similar type of horse. This lovely grey filly was the first foal I had born by my stallion Jester's Flat Regret. She's out of an Australian stock horse mare called Outback Fantasia. Fantasia was only about 14.2 hands high, and this filly is about 14.3, and she will grow a little bit more. Outback Fantasia was, her heritage goes all the way back to Sinclair Hill's original Australian stock horse stud Coomera. There's plenty of Abbey and Chan blood in this filly. In this clip she's 2.5 years old. Emily Rez and I started her when she was just 2 years old. She was a very quick learner and can do almost anything. She's easy to catch, float, shoe, and when you ride her she's extremely soft off your hand and your leg. She's a very lively ride when you're out in the open. The first day she was ridden, we also put a set of shoes on her, rugged her, hogged her mane and cracked a stock whip on her and took her for a walk, trot and canter. She has never ever bucked, as the chestnut guy has never bucked either. She's not for sale, but she's in this clip just as an example of another one of her Regret's offspring.